Feel very fortunate and excited to win here today. We have an unbelievable amount of respect for the Wisconsin program and what Coach Ryan has built here. We knew it was going to be a very difficult game, and we would have to show great maturity and toughness. And I thought our players did both. I thought they showed incredible maturity from start to finish and toughness to withstand a late run and to make some big defensive and rebounds to finish out the game. These two guys to my right, I think for me, I wouldn't trade them for any front court in the country. Luke's been a rock of maturity for our team, and in my mind, Henry's is having as good, if not better, a freshman year than anyone in the country.
We can go ahead and take questions for Coach Luke or Henry. We have microphones on each side. Jeff?
Steve, over here, you mentioned just in passing the defense. I'm just curious how important you thought it would be to harass Koenig, especially coming off those high screens, and try to at least slow Hayes and make him work for tough shots.
Well, those two kids at their position match up with anyone, and they have great game experience, and they've been a part of and used to winning. And so obviously stopping those two guys or trying to slow them down was a huge key to the game. We thought we wanted to be really aggressive on ball screens against Koenig, and we were able to do that. Our guards pressured the ball very well, and our big guys were up there. And then I thought Sandy Cohen had a remarkable game against Hayes. I mean, he's one of the most versatile players in the country, and I thought Sandy just fought him the entire night, and that's who Sandy's becoming. I mean, he's become our best perimeter defender, and you have confidence putting him on All-American caliber players like Hayes.
Tammy?
Coach, can you talk about the strong finish, especially with starting three freshmen, just that they didn't buckle under the pressure and, to get this type test with such a young squad?
Well, it was a great test for us, and, our guys, you can't simulate that type of game pressure. We had a double-figure lead, and like we knew they would, they crawled back into it. And there was unbelievable game pressure on us, and our guys were able to respond with some big baskets, some key defensive stops. And, we're not going to talk about the age of our team anymore. And so, we have good basketball players, and some of them happen to be younger than others. But they're still responsible for doing their job on a daily basis, and I think our guys are embracing that.
Lance?
Steve, can you remember a lot of games where the opponent shot the ball 32 more times from the floor and you still somehow persevered and won? And what does that say about your team to still win?
Well, I didn't realize that until you pointed it out. But it shows, first of all, we played offense at a very efficient rate. And we shot above 50% from the floor. We shot 60% from the three. We stuck to the script of attacking the paint, which we wanted to do, and our guys were able to deliver. And so we also knew rebounding would be a big challenge. They're a physical team, and they're terrific on the offensive glass. And while we didn't win the rebounding battle, we were able to hold our own, and then we were able to get key rebounds at key times.
Left.
Team victory for you today, Coach. Early fouls on Carter force Wilson and Johnson onto the floor a little bit more, and in the first half, particularly, Dwayne Wilson steps up and plays some of his best basketball of the year. What does a game like this do for his confidence?
Well, I mean, Dwayne's playing really well, and Dwayne is a guy who is a starter for us, even though he's not announced in the starting lineup. We wouldn't have won that game without him. He made huge plays. He's shown great courage. And he made huge plays for us in both halves. I think maybe none bigger than his defensive rebounding. So really proud of his maturity, because a lot of guys may look at coming off the bench and not handle that as well. I think Dwayne has handled it really well, and as a result, I believe he's being rewarded for that.
For a lot of our guys, it's the first time to, play in something like that. So it's good that we have this early in the season. Conference play is going to be a lot like that throughout the year, and to get that experience with a sold-out crowd and as loud as it got in there, and to overcome that is a great learning experience for us.
Yeah, like I said, that's probably our first real away game. We've been to Brooklyn, but that's no one's home court, and so to be able to go here with the filled crowd tonight, it was nice to see guys just have the game faces when the crowd got loud and they're making runs, not to get worried and panicked and just stick to the game plan. So that's what I thought we did a really good job on.
In front.
Henry, you seemed pretty emotional after the game. What did this mean to you, being a state kid?
You know, this is great just because this is Rivalry. You live with these guys and you hear them all year. And so this is bragging rights. I wanted to show who's the best team in the state. And so I thought just the way our team played tonight, the way we got after it, it was awesome.
Jim, in the back.
Luke and Henry, you guys outscored them 36-16 in the paint. Was that an area you thought you could win today?
Yeah, you know, we have them with size down low. You know, both of us have a couple inches on their 4s and 5s, and that's been an emphasis of our team. You know, for the past couple of weeks now is to play inside out. So you know, it was our game plan didn't change to go through us right away, and you know, in the end, it worked out.
Yeah, that's where we can be dominant with us too, and so our teammates, our guards, do a great job of getting us the ball inside, and we're able to get good shots off of it.
Tammy.
Henry, Vita Brown played pretty tough defense on you in the first half, and it seems like you got a little frustrated. What was your mindset going into the second half, and just, you know, shrugging that off, or what were you thinking coming into the second half?
Just playing in the moment. Right away, yeah, I was missing some inside close shots. This is probably one of the most physical games I've played, and they did a good job of that. And so, you know, just sticking with the shots and going up, powering up through. And so just keep playing, keeping the game.
In front.
Luke, what did you see on the last possession or the last score, the tip-in on Henry's miss? You just talk us through that.
Yeah, he got a great drive to the basket, a good look for us. And, you know, I was just in the right spot at the right time, and, you know, no one came to box me out, so I had a pretty easy offensive board and put back. So, you know, it couldn't have come in a better time.
Matt.
This is for either of the players. What was the mentality like in those late game huddles, and who was really stepping up as a leader on the court for you guys?
You know, we were all really like locked in, and you know, I can't think of one person, you know, stepping out of their comfort zone. But I mean, we were all just focused on getting this win, and to have everyone step up like they did was huge for us, and it shows, you know, how young we are, but how much maturity we can show, and you know, it's great to see that.
I've been really pleased with our growth. I think our guys have come on a daily basis with the intent to improve, with really focused preparation, and we've pushed them very hard, and they've responded. And you know, our guys have gotten better, and they deserve the credit for that because they've put the work in. And so a win like this against a great program and a team that's so well coached, I feel really happy for our guys.
All right.
Coach, we talked pretty much all season about starting the offense through these two, and today only like 5 shots from outside. Do you think that this is probably the game that you stuck to the game plan the most?
I knew I was going to get the 3-point question. Yeah, well, we took what the defense gave us, and you know, one of the things that's different with Wisconsin's defense is when you penetrate, they don't help off the perimeter as much, so they don't give up as many threes as other teams do when they converge on penetration. So it's not just a matter of we didn't shoot as many threes. We took what the defense gave us, and we do want to play inside out. These guys are not only capable scorers, but they're very willing passers, and so. Yeah, no, I'm pleased with how our offense functioned, but I've been pleased with how our offense has functioned for the better part of this win streak.
You know, we knew we didn't want to force anything. We were getting the shots we wanted to all game. You know, I also think this was the game that the refs let us play the most in. You know, they've been, you know, like they said, they've been calling a lot of fouls, and you know, they let us play today. So we had to fight through contact, but you know, those were the shots we wanted to get close to the basket. And you know, to get those at the end of the game, it was good for us. You know, we didn't want to force anything, and yeah, those were the right shots for us.
Yeah, and just down the stretch, just wanted to make a play. That was something that was in my mindset, and I know whoever's guarding me, I got a mismatch on, and so just getting to the rack and finishing strong, and then Luke at the end had that drive, and he fouled with that tip, and so just making big plays, winning plays at the end.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, teams can beat a team that can win in a place like this. But this is a great place to play. I mean, the support that their student body and fans give their team is incredible, and they deserve it because they've had sustained success. This is an incredible place to win, and not very many teams have done it. I remember when I was assistant at Duke, we came up here with a team that won a national championship, and we just got our butts handed to us. And comparing our win at Seton Hall to this year is not, I don't think it's an apt comparison because we're two completely different teams. But nonetheless, this is a tough place to win, and our guys were able to show great toughness and togetherness to get it. And for that, I'm happy for them, and I'm proud of them.
No, I completely agree. It's a great place to play, and I know, speaking for Henry too, that having the high school experience playing state here, it was really helpful. We knew what the floor was like, we knew what the atmosphere was like. So coming in here, we had a sense of what the game was going to be like from a crowd standpoint.
Either defense or the whole game perspective. Did you have anybody kind of in your ear this week, or anybody kind of helping you prepare in a special way?
Yeah, that's the thing I really changed. Just letting people not get in my ear. All the noise, just blocking it out. Even from my family, I know they care, but I just told them relax with all the comments and everything, and so I could just focus on what I could do with the basketball in school and just worry about the games coming up.
You had a little flurry, like 4 points there to start the second half. How big was that to kind of help set the tone for the team and for you?
That was a big tone because coming out of halftime, our coach told us let's lock up, let's start off with a good strong start. So starting off with the 4 points straight off the bat, it was a good feeling for us, and it gave us a lot of momentum coming out of the gate.
So, hashtag MUBB is trending nationally as we speak. It's your first experience with the rivalry.
Yeah.
It means so much to the fan base. What was it like for you out there?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Just being in it, sometimes you just gotta look around and just look how many fans are there, and just be so blessed you get this opportunity. It wasn't easy to play in, but it was a lot of fun to play in.
How big a game is this, not only in terms of continuing the win streak, but also having a true road environment where the fans are booing you guys?
It was a big win for us. Even with the win streak, knowing that we're winning a lot of games right now, just to test us. Give us a lot of momentum going forward. This is a really tough place to play in, and for us to come in and get a big win, it's going to really help us out a lot.
What were you feeling like at the free throw line there, just a few seconds left, and how much of a relief was it to see Luke come down with that rebound?
I was about to cry. I was like, oh my God! But just seeing Luke get the rebound and then knowing, I was like, when is this game gonna end? So we go home and celebrate. It was just that was really going through my mind.
Did you say anything to Luke after that?
I was. Thank you for saying me.
Did a lot of work on Nigel Hayes today, and he had one of his worst days from the field. What was it like guarding him?
Nigel Hayes is a great player. Obviously has NBA potential, and I just really look forward to the matchup. And I didn't try to shut him down personally. I just knew it was going to be a team effort, and I forced him to take a couple bad shots, and I just tried to foul, not foul, and stay down. And our game plan worked, and he had a bad shooting night, so it was a good defense.
Yeah, and what can you say about the bigs? Like Luke and Henry, they would come and double with you on Nigel when he caught the ball, and then they would do a pretty good job of getting back to their guys.
Yeah, that was our game. If Nigel caught it on the low block, then we would double, and guards have to crack down on the big under the basket. So we did a really great job with executing our game plan.
You guys have been in a lot of big games already this year. How did that help you for this one?
Being in an atmosphere like this is kind of hard to replicate in practice or in pretty much any other game. This is kind of a big game for a lot of us Wisconsin kids. So, the other games, they helped, but it didn't compare.
You said after the last game that the majority of your friends are Wisconsin fans.
Yes.
How does it feel to get this win and maybe cheering for Marquette?
It feels really good. My friends, they love Marquette because I play there, but the majority of them are Wisconsin fans. So just being able to know that we're the best right now, so it felt good.
Outside of the Marquette-Wisconsin rivalry aspect, how big is this win for your guys' season going into conference play? With the potential to be on a 9-0 run.
Yeah, this is a big momentum game. It keeps our winning streak going, and it just carries our momentum. Hopefully, we carry it over to conference play.